Happy Cinco de Drinko, everybody. It's the Intoxicated Sports Report. He's Gates Emoji. I'm Emerson Hip. It's a beautiful Friday in rainy Napa, California.
Weird day.
Weird day. You don't get rain on Cinco de Mayo very often.
No, and what are the odds? Cinco de Mayo on a Friday happens, every 7 years?
Right?
Maybe it depends on the leap year.
Could even fuck that up. And yeah.
We're here. We're drinking, let me take a guess, mezcal margaritas.
Yeah, the little half mezcal, half tequila.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you want to go back half and half?
Yeah, just mix it up.
Okay.
Didn't feel like going full blown mezcal, you know? But
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's been a long time since we've been on.
Let's see. Didn't try and count. I think it's been
Did I see
11 days.
It was like the 28th the last time we had an episode.
Sounds about right. And we are at... No, it might have been longer than that. It might have been the 24th. Anyways. Yeah, because it was my dad's birthday. It was 24th.
We wanted to do it on Monday, but...
Monday would have been perfect.
Emerson and I had a long weekend.
Oh my God.
It was a long weekend.
Yeah.
Game 7. Oh, we drank, and I woke up pretty hungover on that Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
We drank here with Danny,
Right.
you, and Garrett.
Right.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
And James.
And
And
James,
James.
yeah.
And James.
Yeah. And James.
The next day, Game 7. So we had Game 7 was a 12, mind you.
Right.
So it wasn't like we had to shake it off quick.
Yeah, no room for a breath there.
Not one bit.
I only drank one beer during that game.
I waited a while. I was drinking. I don't know if you noticed, but I was drinking a lot of those mini waters that they had.
Yeah.
I had to. I had to eat some food first. And I had to drink some water, and then after that, I had a couple beers. Had to calm the nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I finally got to see Nick. I know you'd seen him on the Wednesday before.
Right.
Really nice to see him. Him and his fiance, they're engaged.
Eventual guest of the show, Nicholas Warren. He's engaged.
Oh, he'll be a guest of the show.
Congratulations to him.
Love that. I was just so incredibly happy when I saw the post.
Yeah.
And kind of had a feeling it would happen, and you mentioned it in the group chat in a very sly way, and I was like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's
like,
on.
yeah, confirmed.
And then we drank, Bilko's,
Did some beers and
beers,
some-
Pally's,
Sally's was a hoot.
Downtown Joe's.
I forgot we went to Joe's.
And it wasn't so much, I feel like I was more hungover on Sunday afternoon.
I would
or
agree
Sunday.
with you. Yeah, Sunday morning, yeah.
But still, it was just like, you know what?
Culmination of the weekend.
Exactly.
Is just, yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, and then even Friday night we were hanging out here having drinks,
Mhm.
watching the Kings. Warriors.
Yes, it was a long drinking weekend.
We just didn't stop.
And then so we said, hey, we'll do it Thursday. And then I saw the schedule for the Warriors. I texted Emerson. I was like, you know what? I see that the game is on at 6.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of when we get the ball rolling for all this. And I was like, you know what? I'll push it one more day. So that's why we're doing it on a Friday on Cinco de Mayo.
I was gonna say to you, like, if you didn't propose at first, I was gonna be like, either we're watching the game and doing it after, which would have been like 9 o'clock, or we're doing it Friday.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect us to be. You wouldn't be able to concentrate.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd be like, rubbernecking the whole
No,
time.
I get it. So that's why we're doing it on a Friday. That's why we are late. We appreciate your patience.
Yes.
We are here nonetheless. Happy to be here.
And with the show having a drinking quality to it, it's nice that we're doing it on a drinking holiday.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
like
really
that.
a drinking
I like
holiday,
that.
but Cinco de Mayo, you drink.
But even us, we are mortal and we need our days off from drinking just like everybody else.
Oh yeah, I took a few day hiatus for a little bit just to regroup.
I think I had one margarita at Devin's house throughout this week.
Really?
It's the first time I've really drank since Sunday.
Yeah, I had some drinks yesterday during the game, but
Yeah,
that was my first time really getting it going.
proud of myself. Proud of us.
Yeah,
We're doing great.
we
We are doing great.
we're doing it.
Do you know what Cinco de Mayo is? Like why they do it?
Yeah, it was the day that the Mexicans beat the French in a war.
I'll take your word for it because I think most people think that it's Mexican Independence Day. Not the truth.
No.
Not true.
It was a big day, but it's not like Mexican Independence Day is in September.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But even like my boss said, who is Mexican, that Mexicans still will celebrate Cinco de Mayo, just like any white person.
Yeah, anyone wants a reason to celebrate if they can get it.
And now that I think about it, my boss took tomorrow off. I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because my boss, she likes to get a
little swasty.
get a little down. Something. Now I'm thinking, wait. Oh, she took Saturday off because she knows she's gonna feel like shit tomorrow. Hey, I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I didn't think that far ahead. Good job.
Smooth thinking there. I felt like I was gonna say something, but what do we got going on today?
We have some MLB. We still have the draft to talk about because it's been that long since we've been here.
It literally was happening the day after. Go ahead.
How about them? NHL playoffs. Emerson will tell you all about that. Boston Bruins, they kind of stink. And of course, the bulk of the show, the NBA playoffs. Not as sad as I was a few days ago. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wish we would have done it a few days ago. If we would have just had it like super raw right after the game.
Oh, right after?
Oh, maybe not right
Well,
after. But next day.
I would almost prefer us. I know it's really hard for us to do that, but for us to be able to
give like almost live reactions.
Give post game reactions, because it would be a lot different.
Maybe we need to start trying that out in the future.
Yeah, and we could.
We could just say, hey, we have this big game, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna prepare to do it no matter what, no matter how much we've been drinking.
Yeah.
During the game.
Doesn't matter where we're at.
Yeah.
We can just sit at a table somewhere and just talk about it.
I think we should maybe give it a shot.
Because that would be like I would have been. It wouldn't have been how I felt after the Cowboys-Niners playoff game the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I still would have been pretty hot, and given my honest.
Yeah.
Like.
Sometimes it's nice to just get a nice raw opinion. No time to really digest it.
I guess what we could even do is, could we hypothetically record it without doing it on here, or do you have to record it, what we say, through the app to get on the podcast, to do the podcast?
I think to publish it, we'd have to do it through the app. But, I mean, if I have my phone...
That's right, because you don't have to publish it right then and there. You can just
just hold it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, maybe we'll start trying that. I think that'd be a little better.
Fun. Yeah.
A little better for the fans.
And it wouldn't necessarily be like a full episode. We just give our reaction on...
Yeah, it'd be maybe 15 minutes, depending on...
Depending how much we want to rant.
Yeah.
Let's start with baseball. This is going to be short, but I am going to declare, so we're big Rowdy Tellez fans, right?
Yes.
And we know his cousin, sorry.
It was a girl.
It was a girl, yes. Alex. And actually going to the game tomorrow. We're going to see the Giants play the Brewers.
There you go. Hopefully the weather's nice.
Yes, fingers crossed on that. Which is cool, but the All-Star campaign that we are starting, I know the Brewers are going to do their own All-Star campaign for them.
We're starting first.
We're starting it now. The voting hasn't started yet, but I'm just getting the word out right now. The Rowdy Tellez All-Star campaign is beginning.
Starts now.
Yes.
We gotta start posting about it.
Yes.
Start telling people about it. Vote, vote, vote. I don't think I've ever voted on a computer for any player ever, but I'm gonna do it for him.
Hey, let's go, baby. He is second in the National League among first baseman in slugging percentage and third in OPS, so he's having an All-Star type season so far.
I like that.
It's early, but still time to improve as well.
Did you see Brett saw Rowdy Tellez play against the Rockies?
Yeah, he sent me a picture. I was
I'm
going to see him on Saturday,
baby. So we all know, I've said future bold prediction, future guest of the show.
Right.
Let's hope that can really happen. He doesn't have to physically be here with us.
That'd be sick, though.
You got to bring him a shirt and hat. It's not going to fit him, but just as a sentiment,
yeah,
you got to bring it to him.
Yeah, I think that'd be necessary.
Because you think you guys are going to say hi to him? Like, is Alex and her brother going to say hi to him?
I'm not betting on that
so?
at all. No.
Oh, okay.
I honestly, they could be really close, but I don't know how close they are at all.
Gotcha.
I haven't ever asked her that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, that changes things.
Yeah, but exciting nonetheless that we're going to go see him.
Does she have a Tellez jersey? If I was her, I'd be getting.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
Get ripped to the jersey.
Yeah. But yeah, should be fun.
Is Alex a Giants fan? Do we know?
No, I think she's like a Yankees fan. She's wondering.
God.
I know, right? Might have to.
God. Can we find this out tomorrow?
I'm almost positive I heard her say that she was a Yankees fan. I'm like, really? Come on now. And she's a Cowboys fan, so she's one of those.
Well, that's okay.
Nah. No, I don't know. I don't know that. She's from here.
Does she root for the Lakers too?
Probably doesn't watch basketball. She root for the Lakers too.
She is a Cowboys fan. If she's a Yankee fan, it's not a good look at all.
I'm almost positive she is. I'll confirm that tomorrow.
That's bad news right
Oh,
there.
man.
But if she's a Warriors fan, to me that's worse. She's a Warriors.
Well, yeah. I can see where you're coming from that one.
But I guess overall, if you're a Yankee, Cowboy, and Laker fan,
that's as bad as it gets because those are bigger overall.
It's the three biggest brands in the sports.
Right.
Arguably, right?
Yep. Canadians too.
like 27,
Right.
27.
Or maybe Red Wings. That's a more recent one.
So you gotta let me know.
Yes, I will find that out.
Maybe post it on our ISR account and ask her, Alex, who do you root for?
Yeah.
She'll be like, the Yankees.
Go Brewers, go Yankees.
That's okay. It's okay.
We shouldn't make fun of her.
No,
She's nice.
shouldn't.
She's a nice person.
You're going to the game with her tomorrow, so you should not be.
I'm paying for my ticket though.
Well, of course. Because if you weren't paying for your ticket, that'd be different.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't wear my Giants gear.
You know what's funny is at my work, actually, I've been collecting. I have this little collection of jerseys that are kind of stained and soiled and all that because we don't sell things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is an old school Brewers jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it have a name on it?
No, I think it just has number 40 on it.
Nice.
But I mean, it's pretty big too. But I mean, if you want to just throw that jersey on it,
That'd be funny.
just wear both. Have them sign it. It's live in your jersey. Let's sign it.
Yeah. So something we're gonna do, or I'm gonna do at the end of each month.
I can try to do this.
Yeah, you want to give your own Giants of the month?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do it together. Yeah. Did you do any preparation for this yourself? This month?
I think I would just say Joey Barb. I think you'd probably pick him too.
No, it's not gonna be Joey Barr for me, but.
If we're doing it right, like today, right now.
Yeah, I mean, I did like a bunch of research before I did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if you want to give your own, then go for it.
Well, shooting from the hip, I'm going Joey Barb.
Joey Barr, all right, I love it.
As of right now.
Bar train. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have a pitcher and a hitter each month.
Okay.
And some honorable mentions as well, because that's always nice to throw out other names. Yeah, you don't have to look at how nerdy I am.
No, that's okay. I like it. I dig it. I really like it. You enjoy doing this. That's what I like about this. I'm not going to go this far.
Okay.
I'm going to go off what the radio guys tell me.
Gotcha. There you go. I dig it. So Giants went 11-16 in the month of April, including their one game in March as well. So we'll put that all as 1 month.
Look at the Giants climbing back up.
Yeah, they were down bad. They were down real bad.
How's the division looking right now?
The Dodgers are getting hot, unfortunately, so they're starting to pull away. But I think
Pull away already?
Well,
Okay. Gotcha.
Giants are still only like 5 games out of first place.
I see.
So from a hitter standpoint, Tyro Shada is player of the month for the Giants for sure. He hit 346, nice 393 on base percentage, stole 8 out of 9 bases in the month of April, and was 11th in Major League Baseball in wins above replacement with 1.3. Pretty nice month for Tyro.
Yeah.
He was growing on me last year, and this year I think he's establishing himself as my favorite guy.
I mean, how can he not grow on you after we saw him?
Well, the walk-off home
hit
run
that
was
walk-off
sick.
bomb.
Yeah, pimped it a little bit too. So yeah, Tyro, great month. Honorable mentions: J.D. Davis had a nice month, hit 6 homers, led the team. Lamont Wade Jr. was awesome as well. And then Mike Yastrzemski had a nice month as well.
Mike.
Mike.
Guess what day it is?
Pitcher of the month, Alex Cobb. I was torn between him and DeSclafani. DeSclafani's my honorable mention, but Alex Cobb, 33 innings, 2.43 ERA, had that complete game shutout a couple weeks ago, which was beautiful. Him and DeSclafani have been just absolute strike throwers, only less than 3% walk rate for both of them, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
I always like strikes. When guys are walking people left and right, that's the worst thing to watch in baseball.
Well, especially when they walk a guy on ball 4 when it's a pitch violation.
Oh, fucking Camilo the ball. That guy can be tough. But yeah, interesting.
Well, I think one of the Rogers brothers did it too.
I think you might be right. Yeah, I think it was Taylor. Yeah, he's been rough, but he's getting better lately.
He's the new Roger brother, right?
Yeah. But yeah, weird month for the Giants. They had obviously a really tough stretch where they lost 7 out of 8, and then they won 5 in a row, and then they lost 4 in a row. So they're all over the place, but.
It smells like 500 to me.
Totally. I mean,
for the season,
there are things that they do really well, and the things that they do absolutely terribly. I mean, they're in the month of April they hit 46 home runs, which is 3rd most in Major League Baseball. But yet they struck out more at a higher rate than any other team, and they had the 26th best batting average with runners in scoring position.
Oh, there we go.
So, that's not going to win you ball games, unfortunately.
No.
Home runs are great, but you got to do the rest of it just as well.
Home runs are great. Strikeouts are not great. So
No.
you got to just kind of get that happy medium.
Right. Yeah, they're very much. If you watch Giants broadcasts, Mike Krukow will say outhouse or castle. That is them.
I think I've heard him say that. And it's a great analogy.
Yeah, it's
really
beautiful.
is.
Beautiful.
It really just paints the picture for you.
Oh, yeah.
Outhouse or castle?
Yeah. Also, the starting pitching was really good. I mean, 7th best ERA in baseball in April, but the bullpen was horrible. Over 6 ERA, which is 28th best. That's not going to get it done. And I'm calling on Farhan to call the Royals about Aroldis Chapman because that boy is back and he's nasty and he's on a 1-year contract.
He's on steroids.
Maybe so. Who knows?
Nah, I'm not going to throw it out there. That's me just acting like an ass.
But fuck it. If he hasn't got caught yet, then he's fine.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Give him the call, Farhan.
How old is Aroldis Chapman now?
He's like 35, I think.
But he's still got gas, huh?
Well, he had a really rough couple of years in New York, and then I was actually watching this video on Twitter that he went to some pitching coach that kind of got his mechanics back in order. And that's why he's pitching well again. Throwing harder again.
There we go.
So there's that. Giants of the month.
I love it. On to the NFL. Like we said, the NFL draft happened. Carolina drafted Bryce Young, number 1. Any surprises there?
Not really. I think we both predicted that last week. Even though we were torn throughout the whole draft process. But
I believe he's going to wear number 9. How do you feel about that? It's a good number.
he was 9 in college, so I like that.
Good number. Houston had the number 2 pick, drafted C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
That's what
Not super shocking, but I don't know. But they needed a quarterback.
But what was surprising is they traded up to number 3 to draft Will Anderson.
Yeah, it's back-to-back top 3 picks. That's pretty cool.
I love what your boy, give me his name,
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans is doing. You know, he's like, I want my quarterback, and
I want my edge
and
rusher.
I want the head of my defense.
Yep.
I mean, how often do you really see that? I can't say I can remember any
Picking back-to-back that high.
picking back-to-back that high, and getting your quarterback and getting an edge rusher.
Yeah. That's
Right, edge rusher?
Big moves, yeah. Yeah, he's a pass rusher.
And D'Amico Ryans himself not only was the D coordinator for your Niners, but he played for the Texans as a defensive player.
Right.
Anthony Richardson out of Florida went number 4 to the Colts.
That one was a little bit of a surprise. I don't know if everyone felt like the Colts were for sure going quarterback.
I don't know a lot about Anthony Richardson. I've seen what he looks like. He does seem like he has like that Cam Newton type body to him.
Yeah. A lot of people have said he's somewhere in between Cam and Lamar because he's maybe a little shiftier than Cam, but more physical than Lamar. But it sounds like he's a pretty raw prospect at this point.
Frank Reich, he knows what he's doing with his quarterback, so maybe he figured out with this guy. My Cowboys.
Well, no, Frank Reich's not there anymore. He's with the Panthers now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, who
My
is the
bad,
Colts
my
coach
bad,
now?
my bad.
I forget who the Colts hired.
Colts coach. Yeah, I'm totally wrong on that one. Thank you for that. My Cowboys picked like 22nd, 26th.
Yeah, something like that. They got that shirtless dude.
They picked, yeah.
That was so weird.
Defensive tackle Mozzie Smith from Michigan with their first round pick. Yeah, the one thing that we were texting about is it seemed like when you're watching the draft, if you watch the draft, they show the person, their name, or they show the name of the person, and they're kind of doing a thing with the football. They're kind of like flexing on it. Yeah. This dude had no shirt on the whole time.
And he's, like, not to be rude, but he's fat. He's not.
He doesn't look like he's in shape.
No, not at all.
I mean, this man's a professional football player now. So he's probably in some kind of good shape. But he does not look, like if you saw him at a McDonald's, you'd be like, oh, this guy's...
He's just another dude.
Just another dude.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's not the case with the Cowboys' defensive line. I do like this pick by the Cowboys. I will never get mad about the Cowboys picking defensive players.
That's kind of a position I feel like, because they have Lawrence. Don't they have another pass rusher there? Oh, well, Micah Parsons. But they don't really have a guy in the middle that's
so
dominant, so maybe this could be that guy.
Yeah. We were texting each other, and I think I said on the next podcast, I will take 3 straight shots in a row if Jerry Jones, because I thought he might have done it just because Jerry Jones loves his tall, white quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, he's thinking like, oh, this could be my next Troy right here. I thought he was going to get Will Levis. Didn't happen.
He could have still got him at the position that they drafted, which was, I guess, a little surprising.
Most of the draft guys seem like they're surprising, but clearly.
But at the same time, a lot of people talked about like how he was not a complete player. You know, he was just had a big arm. Yeah. So shouldn't have been that much of a shock.
I had this bet with you, knowing the Cowboys probably wouldn't be that dumb to do something like that. But I thought it'd just be a little fun to do something like that. Yeah. Cowboys also got a tight end, which I forgot to mention about last week or a week and a half ago when you asked me what the Cowboys needed. They got Luke Schoonmaker, tight end out of Michigan.
Yeah.
I
remember him. He did some plays for Michigan.
And then in the 6th round, they drafted Deuce Vaughn, running back out of Kansas State. And he was good at Kansas State.
He was, yeah. He was that little short dude.
He was there for a while, and I think hopefully him and Tony Pollard would be a good running back tandem.
Right. I kind of feel like they still need a big back, though, because none of those guys are goal line type players.
No, so we'll see.
But Deuce Vaughn's dad is a coach, or is in the
I think he's in the Cowboys organization
in some fashion.
I don't know exactly what he does, but that's a cool
pretty
story.
Cool, yeah.
That's a great story.
And he made the call when they drafted him. I don't know if you saw that video.
Oh, I didn't. Did he?
Yeah.
Really?
It's pretty cool. He was like, hey, you want to come to work with me?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I gotta see that. That's
It's
really
somewhere.
cool.
I almost sent it to you on Instagram, but I figured you probably would have saw it.
No, I didn't. I gotta watch that. That's cool. So congrats to him and his dad. It's gotta be cool. I mean, that's gotta be the ultimate full circle moment. I'm sure his dad was with him for every practice,
Right.
every Pop Warner game growing up.
I want to find out what he actually does for the team. Are you ready for a beer?
Actually, not yet. I'm getting there though. Kind of a rare sighting for me. I'm taking my time on a drink. Can you believe that? Doesn't happen very
Good
often.
for you.
Doesn't really happen very often.
Proud moment.
The Ravens, they finally agreed to terms with Lamar Jackson, 5 years, $260 million, $185 million guaranteed. That sounds like a pretty damn good payday to me.
Yeah, I love how these numbers are just a little bit higher than Jalen Hurts's.
Yeah.
Not terribly surprising.
Ravens probably said, hey, we won't give everything fully guaranteed, but we'll make you the highest guaranteed player ever. Lamar's like, you know what? How can I say no?
You know what? In the end, I thought Lamar was being stupid, but he won.
He won.
He absolutely won.
He proved everybody wrong. He got his deal.
Yeah.
Is this the deal exactly that he wanted? Probably not.
That's pretty fucking good, though.
Yeah.
He's the highest paid player. What more can you really ask for? He's setting the market.
I'm happy for him.
I'm just ready for the dominoes to keep falling. Like Joe Burrow's going to get paid fat. Patrick Mahomes is probably going to get his deal restructured, I would imagine.
As he should.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves, and I think we said this last week or whatever, anybody deserves to be the highest paid player in the league or ever,
Absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes.
No doubt.
No doubt about it. You know what the guy does? He wins Super Bowls, plural, more than one.
My Niners got a kicker.
I was just about to say, how about your Niners? You even put your Niners on here.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't draft till the third round.
Yeah, they picked 99, 101.
Yeah. Although they did move up with one of those picks to the mid 80s. They got a safety, which I'm cool with that. Had a Penn State, forget his name. But
let me tell you, John Lund on KMBR was not happy about this Niners kicker pick.
Tell him to suck it. You should call him and be like, hey, my buddy says to suck it.
Well, you don't do Collins, but that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, kickers are needed. You don't see kickers really going that early, per se.
Okay, he's the highest ranked kicker in this draft class. He clearly has a leg because he showed that he could hit a 59-yarder in the semifinals last year. Mm-hmm. And we're letting Robbie Gould go. And he's going to be cheap for the next 4 years. Whatever. Why is it such a big deal?
You know, the Niners have such a good football team all around that they can afford to get a kicker in the third round. Honestly, they could.
Yeah, I agree.
You could say they have at every position. Quarterback right now is probably the only one that's
glaring, if you will.
The iffiest one.
That and maybe some of the offensive line, but
so I'm okay with Niners getting a kicker. In the third
I was a little shocked and semi disappointed that they didn't draft an offensive lineman. I know you can always sign undrafted players, but those guys usually don't make an impact. So
yeah, I feel like offensive linemen you need to draft or
draft one every year at least,
or like a free agent,
yeah.
Or one that you can get through trade.
Right, and maybe it's because they did pick up some backup type offensive linemen in free agency, and maybe they're just we don't really want to trust a young offensive lineman, or we don't have the time to develop a young offensive lineman, so we're just gonna go with best player available throughout the draft.
You see your 49ers are they're sitting courtside, all these Warriors players.
I know, dude. McCaffrey and Kittle are just loving life. And Sam Darnold was with them at the last game.
Slam. Don't forget about Slam.
Slam.
Don't forget about him.
I do like how Clay went over to him and he dapped up Sam Darnold first. But they're both kind of LA guys.
It's that LA connection.
Both LA guys, yeah.
You know, I want to say it for last call. It's the only thing I had. I'm going to save it.
Okay.
I'm going to save it. But I am going to be coming back to the Niners for last call. I'm going to give you a little...
I hope it's good.
Oh, it'll be good.
I did see Bro Montana was there as well.
And that's why the Warriors kicked ass.
Yeah.
How can you lose when
the goat's in the house?
when Joe's in the house?
Joe Cool.
We haven't mentioned that we're watching the
Nuggets and Suns.
Look at the Suns up 45-39.
Must win.
It's a must win.
Absolute must win.
It's a must win because the Nuggets are up 2-0.
Yep.
and I don't think any team's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in playoff history.
Correct, Mundo.
So it's a must-win.
Yeah.
And if you're, I mean, we'll get to that. Never mind. We'll get to it.
I'm gonna pull this up just for fun.
NHL, tell us about it.
Woo-hoo! So the Boston Bruins, after we gave them their flowers for setting the all-time record for points in the season, best record, whatever you want to call it, they are out. Took a 3-1 series lead against Florida.
They were 3-1.
3-1.
Oh, man.
And Florida, 3 straight. Also tied Game 7 late in the third period and won it in overtime. Epic series.
Which we were kind of keeping an eye on, at least I was, when we were at Bilko's.
Right.
I missed the end of it, and then I asked you, I was like, hey, who won? And you're like, Florida. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
I honestly was trying to think of something smart ass to say when you asked me that question, but it didn't come to me.
Which is rare because it always does. So the Bruins, I was actually going to mention this in the last call, but I know we're going to talk about this anyways.
Yeah.
They now join the list of teams that have the best regular season in their sports history, at least American sports, to not win the championship.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of more in the realm of the Seattle Mariners, who had the best record of all time in baseball and lost in
the first round.
the second round.
Yeah, first round I think it was.
Because at least the Warriors and the Patriots
They went all the way to the
went all the way.
Yeah.
You know, the Warriors literally went as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know they
Game
lost.
7, right?
Game 7, yeah. But the Bruins, man, that's as a fan and obviously as a member of the team, that's got to be the biggest gut punch. Like you're telling me we did all of this and we dominated the season all throughout, just to lose to so that means
they're the 8th seed.
The 8th seed,
pretty much. Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Hockey playoffs are set up weird, but they are the 8th seed in the East.
I imagine if the Bruins had the best record, they're playing the worst team.
You're right. Correct.
So that is. I mean, I have no sympathy for Boston fans. Let me tell you,
know, right?
Not one bit. Sorry, I just don't.
Yeah.
But man, it's almost a curse at this point. You don't want to go for any kind of record that makes you the best team ever in regular season. You just don't.
There's that, and there's also hockey there's becoming a trend of having like a really awesome regular season and getting that top seed does not bode well for you in the playoffs. I mean, we've seen Tampa Bay get swept by an 8th seed with a great regular season. We saw Florida, I think, last year, last year, put up like 120 points and lose in the first or second round. So it's, I think it's not necessarily the best thing to put together a great regular season. You got to have just a complete team, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the remedy is, but
well, I think we saw. I saw this statistic on the Panthers versus the Bruins. Mm-hmm. I think the Panthers had beaten them, including the playoffs. It was 7 times or 5 times? You know, because they beat them obviously 4 times in the series.
Oh, right. Oh, this season.
This season.
That's right.
Season.
Yeah.
Or it was like 6 times.
Yeah.
So they kind of, in a way, had their number. You can't really explain it.
Right. Yeah, maybe it was just a bad matchup.
Because I can't imagine the Bruins lost to teams multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, they only lost 17 times total, with some of those coming in overtime. Yeah.
It's a tough scene.
Fuck them.
Yeah, it's Boston.
No, I'm kidding.
That video I sent you, that guy from Barstool.
Oh, what a wanker.
He was like, people have no idea how much Boston sports fans have gone through when it comes to losing big playoff games. And yeah, I mean, the only reason why you go through so much as a Boston sports fan is because you guys are constantly there.
Literally,
you guys are always in the mix.
All 4 of their franchises have won a championship since 2008. So fuck off with that noise. That is garbage.
It's a good point.
All 4 of them.
Did the Bruins and the Celtics both win it the same year?
The Bruins won in 08, right? And then the Celtics in 08. Mm-hmm. Bruins won in like 2011.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. No sympathy.
No.
Sorry, Dave Portnoy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I respect you, kind of, but no.
Well, the Patriots only won 6. Bummer.
Like Brady should have won 9.
Yeah.
Or Brady should have beat Foles and Eli twice.
Right. Give me a fucking break.
Like he mentioned 18-1 when they lost to the Giants first time.
I'm so sad for him.
And then he said Manningham.
Yeah.
Like you're like yeah. If I'm a fan and I see that catch, I mean the David Tyree one was outrageous, but the one that dime Eli Manning sideline Lamar Manningham.
Right. But are you telling me that the other 6 don't make up for it? Like, give me a break. Like, I'm not over here complaining about the Warriors losing in the 73-9 season.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. It's being rich and embarrassing yourself. That's what it really is. So fuck off.
On that note, it's time for Adela.
Yeah.
And these are the Negras.
Negra
What made you want to go? You haven't had Negras in years.
So I don't feel like I see them in the stores that often, but I went to Lawler's and it looked at me. Like eye contact was made with the Negras. So it's like,
you know, you've always been on the hype of the dark beers. Like, don't you like, or was that Nick, like Bohemias? Did you like Bohemias?
Bohemians are good. Are they dark? Are they in amber? I can't remember.
Maybe they're in a dark bottle, aren't they?
They're in a dark bottle. I think they're light though.
Oh,
I think they are light. This is a darker beer though. This is like a amber lager. I don't know what they really call it.
A long time.
It's got a little maltiness to it, but it's still relatively easy drinking.
Probably better in a can.
Wrong. Probably better on draft.
Ooh, that's good. I was talking to my boss about Modelo's, and she was like, I told her we're doing the podcast today, and she's like, oh, what are you guys going to drink on the podcast? I was like, well, we're probably going to have margaritas and Modelo's.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you guys drink Modelo's? I'm like, oh, yeah, my buddy loves them. And I was like, we always have this argument about...
If it's better in the bottle, they can. Yeah.
She said she likes it better in the bottle, but when she's feeling cheap, she'll get it in the can.
That's fair.
So
that is fair.
We didn't have Modelo's on ISR jail, did we?
No, we thought about it.
Okay, good.
But we love the conversation so much.
It hasn't gotten that old yet.
We really need to make a poll, just to get a feel for our fans.
Yeah, I'll lose that poll, but it's fine.
So at least you admit it.
People will go against me on purpose. I've become that part of this podcast.
I don't know about that. You do root for the non-Warriors and non-Niners, but
sorry, I've just been doing it since I was 5.
All right, back to business. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they finally got over the hump. They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. First playoff series win since 2004.
Ooh, you think Elise is juiced right now?
I hope she popped a bottle of something.
For the first round? Who should think she is? You and Danny?
But that's huge for them. I mean, Tampa Bay has been their kryptonite. They faced them in the first round. I feel like this might be 3 years in a row that they faced them in the first round.
Oh, so good for them.
Yeah, so they finally got it done. Also, defending champs, the Avalanche, they're out. Got ousted by the Kraken. Their first series win in franchise history.
Good for Seattle. Good for Seattle.
Yeah. And round 2, of course, is underway. In the East, we got the Panthers, who are leading the Maple Leafs already 2-0.
Look at the Panthers.
Winning both those games on the road, and they're heading to Florida for Game 3.
Wow, are they going to go to the conference title game?
I know. I mean,
they made conference title series.
Conference
championship.
Finals. Yeah. Florida made some questionable trades, but at this point, it's looking pretty good. Halfway there.
Yeah.
I can hear my mom yelling. So yeah, good for them. Also, we got on the other side is Hurricanes and Devils. They played Game 2 tonight, and Hurricanes are in complete control of that series.
That's a whole lot of black and red going on.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of black and red.
Yeah, 2-0 series lead for the Canes. Brent Burns playing for the Canes. Timo Meyer came back for the Devils today.
Timo.
So obviously you saw Timo get steamrolled in that game against New York.
Yeah.
So I just wonder what the vibes would be like if Brent Burns did that to him. Former teammates.
Ooh, that'd be friendly fire.
Right? Would it be all love or no? I did see Timo dap up the guy after the game that hit him.
If you're a true competitor, you gotta kind of have love for it because you're in the heat of battle.
Right.
It's playoff hockey. We said it's a different animal, and it is.
I read a lot about that hit though, and it was a lot of people felt like it was controversial in a way.
Yeah.
Because while it's legal, people don't think it should be because I mean he got absolutely torn up by that hit.
It didn't look pretty.
Yeah, like his face shield busted his nose up.
How do you think the Hurricanes fan base is in Carolina? I just feel like it's a weird.
I know.
I feel like it's just. I mean, obviously, San Jose is a weird spot too.
Right. They've been. They won a cup in like 2006 or something like that. Okay. They've been pretty darn competitive for a lot of our lifetime. But yeah, it is interesting. I mean, they don't. I think they do play in Charlotte. So you got the Hornets,
and you
got the Panthers.
It's not like San Jose, and yeah, San Jose fans do root for
the rest of the Bay Area.
The rest of the Bay Area, but it's like San Jose. There's no other. I mean, the Earthquakes.
Yeah, but the Earthquakes even smaller. Like I would almost not even count that as a major sport.
Like, that's what San Jose has.
Right.
You know, they have them and, like, the Spartans.
Right. You know, if you have something good going in hockey, it's actually not hard to fill an arena because it's only, you know, you're talking about 18,000 seats on average per arena. So
I'm sure the Hurricanes do well. It's just hearing, you know,
hockey in Carolina. And yeah, same with Florida. Like
Exactly.
if the I will say probably if the Panthers aren't good, they're probably not drawing a crowd.
No.
Hurricanes might be in the same boat, but yeah, it is a weird area of the country for hockey. Over in the West, we got the Stars and the Kraken. Their series tied 1-1. That's heading back to Seattle for Game 3. Joe Pavelski had 4 goals in Game 1, and they lost, unbelievably. Isn't that crazy?
What was the final score of that game?
5-4 in overtime. Isn't that rough?
Doing our boy Little Joe like
Yeah.
that?
So you think that's crazy? The next day, the Oilers played the Knights, that is, and Leon Draisaitl for Edmonton scored 4 goals, and they lost. How does that happen?
Where's Connor McDavid at?
Is
he a no-show? Is he a no-show right
He's
now?
not a total no-show, but he's not performing to the level that he did in the regular season. Leon Draisaitl has been the best player for them by far, which he's a great player too.
I'm sure the defense, though, is... I think we talked about it. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's drawing the top assignments from the other team. You know,
number 97, we got to guard him.
We're keep him in front of you.
But, dude, the Golden Knights, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
man. This is ridiculous.
This kind of feels like that team that might get there this year. I don't know if they're gonna win it, but I think you did call it.
Did I think I called it? Did I pick it?
I don't like that you did.
Who'd you pick?
If I'm remembering correctly, I think I picked Carolina over Calgary, and Calgary didn't even make the playoffs.
Hey, Carolina, though.
Carolina's there, looking good. So yeah, Knights lead the Oilers 1-0. I think Game 3 is on right now.
So what we're wanting is the Hurricanes versus the Knights in a Stanley Cup
That'd be fun.
for us.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That'd be cool, right? That'd be kind of cool. Sorry, Danny, about your Rangers. You're probably
Yeah.
not listening to us, but sorry.
Yeah.
Danny was talking all this smack about, oh, hey, my Rangers.
Yeah.
The Rangers pick's looking pretty good right now. Wrong.
Not even out of the first round.
See ya.
Yeah. Nice. So, on the Sharks side of things, we're on this end. The NHL draft lottery is on Monday. Sharks have the 4th best odds at the number 1 overall pick, 9.5% chance.
Come on.
I told the boys, everyone have a good day on May 8th.
Please.
May 8th, everyone have a great day if you're a Sharks fan.
Because there's this prodigy Emerson screaming about
Yeah.
that we need to get.
Connor Bedard.
Connor what?
Bedard.
Bedard.
Yeah. If he could, dude, he could be a game changer. You never know.
I want to see it.
If you like Connor McDavid, he put up Connor McDavid like stats in the WHL, CHL
Okay.
place. Yeah.
Don't love the odds because are there 3 other teams that have better odds than the Sharks right now?
Unfortunately, our hated Ducks are number one odds at 18.
Hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Cross, baby.
Because even getting number 2 pick's not bad, but we should, it's not like the number 2 guy's gonna be nearly as good as, or
Right.
supposed to be as good as the number 1 guy.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're shooting for 1. Shooting for number 1. Okay.
But we'll take what we get.
Yeah.
Can't be too greedy. NBA.
On to the NBA playoffs. Some NBA news. Joel Embiid wins the MVP, and I'm pretty sure
Nice call.
I called this.
Nice
I
call.
called this. Thank you. Don't really know. Well, I think I called this back when I called it because he was due.
Yeah.
I didn't think Jokic would win a 3rd one, even though he had a sensational year. I thought Giannis, he already won a couple. Didn't really think Steph would win one, even though he's had a great year too. I just thought Joel Embiid was due.
Absolutely.
And I called it. That's one of my better calls on this podcast.
That was a good call. I mean, voter fatigue is a real thing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I think that happened with Jokic.
Yes.
And Joel had an amazing season, so good for you.
Wish I had a shot to take, but I don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I really don't. I don't really need one.
We always need one,
The Bucks fire Mike Budenholzer. This
See ya.
came as a surprise to me. What say you?
I saw this interesting stat, if you will.
Wait, can I try to guess it?
Yeah.
That since 2015, every coach not named Steve Kerr that's won the championship has been fired.
Yeah. It's pretty weird to think about.
I mean, can the Warriors just fire Steve Kerr?
Yeah, right. My boy Nick Wright tweeted, Wow, that seems like bad news for Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I saw him tweet that. Nick Wright's the ultimate troll. I respect him for it.
He's such a D-bag. I do like him, but he's annoying at the same time.
So that means Ty Lue got fired, but obviously he's rehired with the Clippers.
Yep.
Nick Nurse just got fired by the Raptors.
Right.
He'll find a job.
Oh yeah, easily.
He might even get the Bucks job if they really,
That'd be interesting.
And Budenholzer,
He will probably get hired.
I just don't get this. Like, yeah, they were the 1 seed and they lost to the 8 seed, but do we really think just firing them and they won a championship 2 years ago?
You know what's interesting though is if they didn't win the championship that year, he probably would have got fired that year because it had been that we're constantly good in the regular season, but we just don't get it done in the postseason. And I'm not going to pretend to be a super analyst or anything, but I read that they just don't like the fact that he doesn't make adjustments in the playoffs. So. Probably no one heard that, but we'll just leave it there. It probably has to do with the Giants game.
Yes, I guarantee it did.
I'm glad we're not watching.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's too.
What was I gonna say?
but no.
Whoever gets the Bucks job has it made.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting Giannis. Even though you think he's going to leave still.
Well, it's still up there.
And right now, today's Cinco de Mayo 2023, can I start the Giannis Antetokounmpo to be a Sacramento King train?
Yeah, let's do it.
After this playoff series against the Warriors, it's exactly what the Kings need.
Sabonis,
real defender down low, and who can rebound.
Sabonis and 6 first-round draft picks for Giannis. Let's go.
Take it. Boom.
That'd be fucking sick.
Kings are making the playoffs in the next 6 years anyway, so it'll be a low draft pick.
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah. I'm done.
Do you think Giannis would be the type of guy that'd be like, I really want to play for a big market team? Like the Knicks or something stupid like that.
I mean, he's playing in Milwaukee right now, so
yeah,
I don't.
That's
really
a
think
super
so.
small market.
I mean,
but do you think that's something that he might covet if he wanted to leave the Bucks? Like he didn't think that there was another chance to win a championship there.
Look at Boston.
Yeah, they did win today.
Yep. Maybe it really he doesn't seem like a big ego guy. I think it would depend more on maybe if those teams could throw a lot more money at him.
But for the most part, every team has a cap on that. Has a cap on their team and on how much one can offer to the player. Like you can't spend more than a certain amount of money on a player.
To answer the question, I would say no. I don't think he would value that or values that.
Yeah. I could still see him doing it though. I mean, Knicks is just throwing it out there, but
come to California State Capitol, boy. Just do it.
Boy.
We need you. I'd get a Giannis jersey on the spot.
Yeah.
Number 34, if he could wear that number. If it's retired, let him wear it anyways. Yeah. I don't think it is.
Do they have retired numbers, many?
They have a couple.
Yeah.
Including the number 6 for the fan. It's like the number 12 for the Seahawks. Yeah, the Kings have stunk for a long time. They need something for the fans. They need something for the fans to show up to games, okay?
That's pretty lame.
It is kind of lame. You won't catch me wearing a 6 jersey.
Yeah, I hope not. I don't think you'll catch many people wearing that.
No. You'd be surprised.
Have you seen one before?
No, I bet you there's more than you think.
Yeah, maybe
I
more
bet
than
you,
I think.
I bet you it's not as bad as the Seahawks 12s, because I think a lot of people wear those 12s.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Because those fans are losers. Sorry, I'm being a homer.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a very non-biased opinion, right? So, on to... Oh, no, sorry.
Dylan Brooks is out of there.
See ya.
See ya.
Going to the Shanghai Sharks.
Ni hao. Shaq said it, okay? It's all right. It's not racist.
Have fun playing with Jimmer. I bet he'll be on an NBA team next year.
Yeah, he will. I think, though...
He needs to change his attitude and maybe just try to be like a poor man's Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
A very poor man's Marcus Smart. Because I don't see Dylan Brooks winning a Defensive Player of the Year award. Yeah. But kind of shoot for that. Stop talking shit. Stop talking shit about one of the greatest players of all time. Right. And he puts 2020 on your head.
Right. I think a lot of people defended him, saying that this was sort of a cop-out by the Grizzlies trying to make him the...
Scapegoat?
Scapegoat, yeah. Good, thank you.
Like the reason why they lost.
Right, and I get why that's the narrative because it happened so fast. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like he asked for this. Like he didn't really do much to help the Grizzlies win games when it came down to it.
The dude can't shoot.
Yeah, and he talked shit in the wrong times, and he didn't show up to media, obligations afterwards.
There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. Yeah, he doesn't have confidence. I mean, he probably has confidence because he's an NBA player. He's made it this far. He's made it further than a lot of other basketball players. But he just
what he's doing is coming off as arrogance, though.
He's hurting his team.
Yeah,
he's not making the team better on the court and off the court.
Right. If you're gonna talk, you better walk a little bit too.
Yeah,
and he doesn't walk much.
Like who deserves to talk shit on that team? John Morant.
Yeah,
like I didn't even give you Steven Adams because I think Steven Adams is a good player, but he wouldn't do something like that. Like you have to be a better player.
He's a little smarter than that. Yeah,
he'd be a better player.
Yeah. I do think the Grizzlies, like, even though they seem immature, they're right there. Like they have what it they were missing two of their best bigs. Like that was a huge factor in that series versus the Lakers.
They need some like a shooter, because I just don't. I mean, Desmond Bane can shoot the ball.
Yeah,
but the fact that John Morant can't, Dylan Brooks couldn't.
It's the most glaring weakness.
Was it
for sure?
Jackson? He could shoot a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also a big man. You kind of want him a little closer to the basket.
They need a good wing.
Yeah,
they need a good wing.
I think you're right.
I think that's what they need to propel them to a serious championship contender.
Right, no doubt. They're right there though, right there. I know we're gonna fucking roll after this, so I wanted to stop that.
Oh.
All right, on to the real stuff, Gage. I'll give you the floor if you want.
Okay, so Kings Warriors, as you guys know, happened on Sunday. The Warriors won in 7 games. The home team won the first 4 games of this series, and the road teams won the last 3.
Yeah,
It's
weird.
You can't make it up.
It's almost like it was too obvious that you would say the home teams would win, and you just whatever you expected just went out the window.
Steph Curry, you got to give it to him. He's one of the greatest players to ever do it. He truly is. I've never really been a Steph Curry shit talker. I think you could. I'll joke about it, but I've never really.
Yeah, I think most of it's you being a troll. If you
a little bit, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really respect the man's game, and he's a magician on the floor. He had his first 50-point game he had a 50-point game.
The first
50-point game in a Game 7
in NBA history.
And man, it's a tough loss for the Kings, because the Kings had such a great season. This came almost out of left field. I didn't expect them to be anywhere near being this level of success.
The 3 seed? No fucking way.
If you would have told me,
like playing maybe.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the season, hey, the Kings are going to take the defending champs, the Golden State Warriors, to 7 games in the first round. The Warriors will win, but you took them to 7. I would be bummed, and I was bummed, and I still am bummed. It's going to hurt for a while. But how many teams, and we were talking about this earlier, how many teams have taken the Warriors in this run to 7? I can only count 2. I think it's the Thunder when they were up 3-1, and they went 7, and the Warriors won.
I believe that is the only 3 times.
Well, I think ironically, they went 7 twice in 2016.
Right, back to back, boom, boom.
I think that's the only time.
Yeah.
Or the only 2 times. So you're telling me the young Sacramento Kings.
Oh, you know what? No, that's okay, because the Rockets took them to 7.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that's 4 times.
Yes, okay.
I don't know why I forgot about that, but yeah,
still.
Rockets. Yeah, but still, that's literally the only other times.
But all those teams, I would say all those teams, at least on paper, are much better than what the Sacramento Kings were this year.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. But I will say this: it took Steph Curry arguably to have his best game of his career for the Kings to beat him.
Yeah.
And the Kings they lost big time. They lost by almost 30. Steph Curry, he pretty much said, we're not losing this game.
Right.
Because he was the only thing going for the Warriors in that game. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Obviously, Kevon Looney. That was one of my other points.
Looney did have a great series overall.
He had 3 20 rebound games in this series, which is that's outrageous. The Kings had absolutely no answer for that man. Like Steph Curry had such a good game in Game 7 that people are now saying that he might be the best point guard ever.
Yeah,
and he's a top 10 player ever.
The only thing though is like I get that this will make you think of things like that, but if you didn't already think he's the best point guard ever, I don't know that this should just cement that.
No, I don't think he's the best point guard ever. I do think he's 2, and he's getting close. I mean, it's just on the offensive side, he's the best offensive point guard ever.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Even though I know Magic Johnson was really good at assists, and that is part of the offense.
Yeah.
But in the terms of making shots, making your own shots,
right,
and scoring, he's the best to ever do it. He is.
And I think also what Steph, I know people say gravity all the time, is probably an overused term, but like he attracts people to him just with his known ability.
Yeah.
And opens up things for the rest of the offense.
Yeah. And I just want to say man to man, dude to dude, bro to bro. That was a hell of a series to watch. I'm happy that we were able to watch, I think 4 of the games we probably watched together.
Them, yeah.
I'm also happy that it's just things are looking up for the Kings. I hope this is not just a one-off. I mean, do I think they'll be the 3 seed again, or do I think they'd be lower? Do I think they'd come back to earth a little bit? Possibly. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just want them to be kind of a perennial playoff team.
Yeah, just be competitive. I think De'Aaron Fox is definitely a centerpiece to build around.
He surprised me. Like he's just so good at that mid-range pop shot.
Yeah.
And he's just quick. And he was hitting the threes too.
He's just quick, man. If he could even refine his shot even a little more, like be a high 30% 3-point shooter, that would even make him that much more effective.
Sabonis,
a little bit of a letdown.
I was kind of off on him, but I think that goes. I think you have to give the Warriors credit for having a good defensive scheme for him.
Sure.
Because I think during the series, or at least Game 7, I'm like, dude, I want this guy off my team.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. He doesn't shoot. But the Warriors are a great defensive team, or they've always been good at playing defense at the right times.
Right.
And Steve Kerr's really good at adjusting, and the team is as well. So I can't. He's still a really good player, and he should still be on the team. It's just me, being in the moment, being like, I gotta get this guy out of here. But do I think the Kings could get a big man that maybe could shoot a little better, and maybe a little taller, and get some more rebounds?
Yeah.
That's what the point of emphasis for the Kings going into next season should be. We need to be better rebounding and better defense.
Yeah. Yeah, defense for sure. I mean, that's the thing is with Sabonis is that I feel like he is you could definitely upgrade on him. Like either get a guy at his position that's more athletic, or get a guy that is a better or more of a floor spacer offensively than he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a big body down there, but if you're going to be that guy, you can't let Kevon Looney own you in a series like that. And Kevon wasn't doing it offensively, but he was doing it on the boards.
Offensive boards.
Yeah.
And defensive, but offensive boards.
Yeah, boards all together. I mean,
what did Kawhi Leonard say? Board man gets paid.
Yeah, right. And I think I also noticed that he shot over 60% from the field in the regular season and was like sub 50 in that series, which can't happen if you're going to be if you want to be a championship type team. You got to bring it in the playoffs too.
And it's just the way he plays the game, at least in that series that I saw. And I hate to say this word, but he's kind of soft.
Yeah,
a little soft.
A little soft, a little clumsy at times too. Yeah.
But the Warriors have always been really good at making clumsy players look really bad.
Yeah.
Like even the game that they played against the Lakers last night, they made Anthony Davis look like a fool.
Yeah, which we'll get into that series. I thought that was shocking the way he performed. But I think you know what this series kind of reminded me of when the Warriors played the Spurs before they were on their championship runs, and like the Spurs kind of like they saw that the Warriors had them for a little bit, and they were like, yeah, we're not yet,
yeah,
young Padawan.
That's what a lot of the radio guys were saying too. Like it's just this is how you go through things. You got to go through this kind of turmoil,
right?
you got to lose a little bit. You can't just I didn't expect the Kings to go to the finals. I thought maybe the second round was, possible.
Right.
And we were that close. Or, we were a half away because the second half wasn't the Kings' half.
Right. I mean, what like team goes to the playoffs for the first time and is just boom, they're finals caliber team, championship caliber? Never.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say like the Miami Heat when they got together. That's because they all came together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the Boston Celtics when they all.
Yeah, but that's different. Like a team that's like
a homegrown.
Right. Yeah.
No, hardly ever happens.
Yes.
Hardly ever.
Pretty much never. And also, like, yeah, because Dwayne Wade was already on the team and he had plenty of playoff experience.
So
it's always a building process.
And I gotta say, it's just, and this is obvious, but for me, losing to the team that you really dislike a lot 3 times in the last 2 years, it's just, it's hard and it builds character, right?
Pretty dramatic fashion in all of those series or games, you know?
Yeah, well, because football is, it's a one game. And then Game 7 is essentially that.
Yeah.
You build to that point. You're like, because Sunday morning when I was taking a shower, hungover as fuck, getting ready to come over here to watch the game with Dylan and Katie's.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to them for letting us watch it over there.
Right.
I thought to myself, the Kings are going to do it today. I was like, the Kings, they're just going to they're going to do it.
I kind of felt that way.
They're going to shock the world. They're at home. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then what did I say as soon as we walked into Dylan and Katie's? I'm like, why do I feel like Steph's going to drop a 45 piece today? And he exceeded that and dropped 50.
Yeah.
Dropped 50. So
I felt weird about that game for sure.
I don't say this very often, but congrats to you and your Warriors. It was fun.
That was a fun series.
I'll take another 7 next year as long as the Kings win the 7th game. And what I'm going to say about your Warriors is they just have this way of, in the playoffs, figuring it out. They look scary right now. The way they shoot the three-pointer, the 3-point ball.
This is actually...
It's always been so contagious.
Yeah.
Like, you tell me Jermichael Green starting to hit threes. Like, you can't explain it. I'm convinced that you could put Steve Kerr in a Warriors jersey and he would start hitting threes after not playing basketball in 15 years.
Right.
I can't explain it.
They do have this ability, it seems like, to just knuckle down and
they do.
Done. Yeah. You can't just rewind it.
They just have this way. It's just it's like, I wasn't, we were around, but we didn't watch the Bulls play. But was this anything like how the Bulls were? I mean, was it just like that? Like you couldn't down them.
Right.
I mean, the Bulls had a little more success, I guess. In obviously they had 2 3-peats. So
right.
like the Warriors have won back-to-back, and then they took a couple years off before they won last year. Or that.
Yeah.
But it's when they're there, you can't count them out. You just can't. Even as a 6 seed, they could have a subpar season, which you might say is what they had this year in the regular season.
Yeah.
And now I bet you they are the betting favorites to win the finals right now. If you're to go,
I think the Celtics are.
Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
See, I don't.
But I think the Warriors are like 2 or 3. Lakers are really high right now.
They should be. The Celtics, if they go against the Warriors in the finals, I don't like their chances. You're telling me you're facing the team that beat you last year? And I know that might be a motivation.
Yeah. I think that would be a hell of a series if they did it again.
We'll see.
We shall see. First round recap. Heat surprised the Bucks. Beat them in 5. I know there were some injuries in that series. Giannis missed a game. Was probably not fully healthy, but we're not going to give him a pass because he only missed 1 game. And they got ousted 5 games out of here. Knicks defeated the Cavs in 5, which I did not see that coming. But, hey, Knicks tape.
Katie, don't you forget not coming to the Knicks.
Also, the Sixers, they swept the Nets. We already knew that. Celtics beat the Hawks in 6. That series went probably a little longer than people expected, but...
Trae Young had his game.
Yeah, I mean, and there was games that were winnable at the end for Boston that they let slip away, but got it done in the end. In the West, Nuggets beat the Wolves in 5. Suns over the Clippers in 5 after losing game 1. And then the Lakers beat the Grizzlies in 6.
So, as like last year, we kept notes of our predictions for each series.
Yeah.
I didn't get one of them right.
So how did we score it last year? Did we just have to get the team right, or did we have to get the game and the team right?
Game and the team.
Okay.
Because I got none of those right. Unless you want to give me Denver in 5, but I had them beating the Thunder.
Oh, I'll give you that.
Will you?
Yeah. Because we didn't know who they were going to be playing.
I said Nuggets over the Thunder in 5, and they did win in 5, but not against the Thunder.
Yeah,
so you'll give me that?
I'll give you that.
Okay, cool.
Did I get any right? I don't
remember what you had.
Yeah, I'd have to go back.
You definitely didn't have the Cavs right.
I know, I got that way wrong.
Oh yeah, we kind of kept score, and I think I ended up winning.
I think you did, yeah.
By 1.
Yeah.
So I think I picked the Warriors. I must have had the Warriors in 6. I think you might have the Warriors in 7 last year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Also, a quick note: this is the first time in NBA history that each each of the 8 different seeds have advanced to the second round.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, obviously, the Heat beating the Bucks was helped that because 8 seeds don't beat 1 seeds very often. But yeah, pretty crazy.
It's been a good playoff.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think the regular season was weird, so it seeded teams a little oddly. Like I don't like if you ask me about this Lakers team being a 7 seed, the way they played over the last 2 months, no, obviously.
It's because they started out so bad.
Right.
Were they 2-10?
Right.
At the start of the season.
The Warriors just kind of walked through the season. Even the Suns kind of walked through most of the season. Mm-hmm. Like they seemed like more like a 2 or 3 seed than a 4 seed. So yeah, it's kind of a funny season. Second round, we should talk about the picks we made. You know, when we made them for the second round.
Yes. Yeah. So we weren't able to make picks. Obviously, the last podcast that we had,
right?
Because it hadn't started yet. We took this weird time off. So what we did for our round 2 predictions is, at least what I did was, I picked each round for what I honestly thought I would have picked at the time.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with what the rounds are as of now. And I don't know what you're doing because we kind of talked about it.
I couldn't help myself but use the knowledge I already had. But I think for the most part, I picked what I think I would have had anyways.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
So who do you got?
No, I didn't write it down, other than the text I sent you. But I think I went Heat and 6 over the Knicks, Celtics and 6 over the Sixers, Nuggets and 6 over the Suns, and then I took the Lakers and 7 over the Warriors.
Which you don't believe. You can't.
Last night made me feel a lot better, but at the time we hadn't seen the game yet.
That's true.
And
that's true.
I really felt like, and like I said, we're gonna get into it in a second, but I really felt like the height advantage and the just the flat out scoring ability of Anthony Davis is gonna be a problem, and it was sure in game 1.
In one game, yeah. So what I had was I had the Suns over the Nuggets in 6. I'm being honest, clearly because Denver's up 2-0 right now.
Right. Phoenix is up 11 in this game, but still a long way to go.
I have the Warriors over the Lakers in 5, and that's very much in play, not as in play.
Yeah, they got to win out,
which is very possible. The way they played last night.
Yeah.
I had the Knicks over the Heat in 7. I think it's very doable at this point.
Knicks over the Heat, yeah, that's right.
Even though I do think the Heat will probably win this series, and they, playoff Jimmy.
Yeah, playoff Jimmy.
And I'm picking also the Celtics over the Sixers in 6.
Yeah.
So, those are my predictions.
So yeah, let's talk Lakers Warriors real quick. It's tied 1-1. Game 1 was actually a really good game. Lakers
Well, it wasn't, and then it was.
Yeah, the Lakers were kind of actually in control, especially in the second half. And the Warriors went on a 14-0 run late in the fourth quarter to tie the game. And then the Lakers scored the final 5 points to win it. Anthony Davis was huge, 30 points, 23 rebounds. The big question mark on the Warriors side was really just the shot that Jordan Poole took at the end of the game, which I thought was blown a little out of proportion, especially on social media.
It's very easy to say as somebody who's not taking that shot to say, hey, just pump fake and take a couple steps in. I think a lot of people were saying, why don't you just take it? Because there was somebody coming at him when he was taking the shot from his right side, I believe.
Exactly. So
he could have maybe thrown a pump fake, took a dribble, but that clock was already at 7. Who knows how fast the clock actually goes?
Yeah.
And I know time is time, but when you're in the situation, I'm sure that clock goes a little faster.
I watched it so many times. Anthony Davis and Jordan Poole were the same distance from the three-point line. So if he takes a dribble in towards the three-point line, Anthony Davis is going to contest that shot. If he takes a dribble in towards the three-point line, Jared Vanderbilt is coming from his side and going to be able to contest that shot. So I think, maybe it doesn't look great, but he was wide the fuck open. And he caught the ball in rhythm. He was having a great game. He hit 6 threes in the game.
Jordan Poole can hit that shot.
He can hit that shot. Was it a high percentage shot?
No.
Maybe 25 to 30% shot, but
it's just there's only 2 people on the planet that can take that shot, and you're like, okay,
yeah.
Steph Curry and probably Damian Lillard.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. I really especially there was a lot of former NBA players saying take the dribble in. It's like, are you not watching the fact that he's 5 feet away from the 3-point line, and so is Anthony Davis, and so is the other guy from him.
So you figure if
someone's going to contest that shot if he takes it.
So you're saying him and Davis would probably go to the 3-point line at the same time, which would be a harder shot for him to take.
It would be closer, but it would be more contested.
Yes,
at the very least. that's how I looked at it. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion, but
You said that you thought this was one of the best games that you've seen Anthony Davis play.
you know, I can't lie that and pretend like I've watched a bunch of Lakers games this year or even the last handful of years. But what
30 and 20 is no slouch.
Oh yeah,
That's a great game.
But I just kind of remember Anthony Davis when the Warriors would play him when he was with New Orleans, and Draymond Green would
Just
maybe Anthony Davis would put up 25, 30 points, but Draymond Green would make it really hard on him.
which he did.
In Game 2. But Anthony Davis made Kevon Looney and you know, Draymond got himself in foul trouble, which was a huge factor as well. Yeah. But he made Kevon Looney look like he was stuck in mud. And he literally owned the paint for most of that game.
Speak of the devil.
Dame's in the house.
Is that Larry or Kevin Johnson?
Kevin Johnson, the Sacramento mayor, right?
Yeah, he was, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, watching him dominate like that, I was like, if it's ever happened, it's been a long time since he's played like that. At least when I've watched him play.
You know, I know. I think seeing that game, it's easy to think that because it's like you don't. I feel like you don't see Anthony Davis play, like at least in a big game like that.
Right. And a lot of the time I watch him, and he's like fading away from the basket. And it's like you're the biggest dude on the floor.
He played that game like how everybody expects him to play all the time.
Like a Lakers fan would hope he plays at least 75% of the time, right?
Exactly. Like I imagine this is how Shaq played every one of his games in the early 2000s.
Oh, like yeah. Oh, you're defending me? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly.
He literally should have that mindset of good luck defending me every game.
He should. And listen, I get having confidence is tough. I'm right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, this man is an absolute specimen.
Oh yeah,
on the basketball court.
He's unbelievably skilled around the basket. I am glad actually that he doesn't take threes anymore because I thought that was a really stupid part of his game for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like I would love look at this game now.
5-point game. Look at the Nuggies.
Like I would love for the Lakers to beat the Warriors, which I don't think will happen.
Yeah.
Just because I would love to see AD versus Jokic. I think Jokic probably had the better of him.
It would be interesting though because I don't think, and also I didn't mention this part of Anthony Davis' game, but he was amazing defensively. He affected a lot of shots around the rim, blocked a bunch of shots as well.
He blocked a lot of shots that would have been baskets against in the Kings series.
Right.
At least what I've seen.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, because the Kings didn't really have much rim protection.
No.
And the Warriors kind of lacked that as well. But I don't know that I've ever seen him play that effectively.
He played
and dominating defensively like he did.
He played great.
Yeah. Game 2, he was kind of a no-show. 11 points on 11 shots in 33 minutes.
Good news for the Warriors is if he plays good every other game, the Warriors still or the Kings or the Lakers will still win the series. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we go back to LA.
At the crib.
At the crib. But yeah, I mean, I think it just to harp on the point, AD just needs to be more consistent.
Yeah. You know what I felt bad for yesterday? Ethan Meltzer. He went to the game. I'm like,
I know, poor Ethan.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was close to the top.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those tickets still weren't cheap.
Yeah, and he's got to see his team get smoked.
You think he stayed the whole game?
He seems like a guy that would, or at least to like. The funny thing though is, the deep reserves played the last 8 minutes of that game.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson got some fucking run.
Yeah, I mean Steve Kerr had to take a timeout with 4 minutes left because none of those guys ever played 9 minutes in a row. He's like, oh yeah, these guys need a breather. I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, game 2 sucked.
It was not good. I mean,
but
it was great for the Warriors.
It was a classic Warriors game 2 off a loss though.
Yeah, bounce back
game.
Yeah.
I think I saw the stat that I saw from Nick Wright was that every team that has lost a home game in game 1
Oh yeah, has won.
Is 16 or 15-0.
Yeah.
In game 2.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's an incredible stat.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
That's an incredible.
Well, yeah, the Celtics did that just the other day too, to keep that streak going.
Yeah. It just how that works is those NBA scriptwriters are pretty good.
It also tells you too, it's not easy to beat a team on the road in the playoffs.
No, not 2 in a row.
Especially if they're a higher seeded than you.
Game 3 tomorrow. They're playing every other day in this series.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who is the more durable, more well-conditioned team. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
I'm going to tell you this right now. This series is going to be, at the least, tied going back here to San Francisco.
I think they'll split.
You think they will?
That's my feeling.
Because we know the Warriors. What's their record of winning road games consecutively, series-wise? Like 20-something?
Yeah.
The Warriors are going to win one of these games. I would bet it'd be tomorrow. I bet you. I can just.
I hope so.
I
That'll make me feel so much better.
I can see them just going on a 3-point flurry, and the Lakers cannot hit shit again. And maybe the Lakers will get game 4. But it would not shock me in the slightest if this series is 3-1, coming back to San Francisco, and my Warriors in 5 is looking pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty. If it's 3-1 going back here, the series is done. The Lakers will not win Game 5.
LeBron has beaten the Warriors in Game 5 before, down 3-1.
This is different. And also LeBron James, I love this man to death. I've never met the man, clearly. I don't know him. But it's just, it's weird watching him play the game now, because he's just, he's clearly not the force that he wants.
I'm glad you brought that up.
He's clearly not the force that he has been. And I get it, he's 38, year 20, a lot of miles, but still in great shape. But he is not even 2017 Cavs. I might almost say 2011 Heat, because that's a different breed.
Right.
But he's not even 2017, 2018 Cavs.
It's honestly very interesting to watch him play now, because especially if you watch Game 1, he doesn't even pretend like he's the guy.
No.
He's just like, you know what, I'm going to survey, I'm going to be kind of a decoy. Like he had a couple plays where he came off back cuts. He's more of like a slasher off the ball now, and he maybe make a play if he gets the ball in a certain spot. But he's not like, give me the ball, I'm going to run point and attack the basket. He did that a little bit in the first quarter yesterday.
And it's weird because, I mean, I guess I haven't watched a lot of Laker games this year, but he doesn't even look like he's LeBron James.
Well, I almost want to, it made me think, because of watching him, that I want to bring on Ethan, because I think he does watch Lakers games.
Of course.
And ask him,
guarantee.
Yeah, and ask him what he thinks about the way LeBron plays the game nowadays.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because it is interesting to watch a guy that we, he is our generation's,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he's essentially right.
I mean, I know people say Kobe, and
it's just very interesting to watch.
LeBron James was a better basketball player than Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, just like people that want to argue Kobe over LeBron.
And Kobe was great.
Ultra competitor.
Kobe is a top 10, top 15 guy.
Kobe is a Michael Jordan replica, just not quite as good.
No.
Yeah. Because I don't want to say poor man's, because that.
No, I'm not going to put. No, I know what you mean.
Because that's disrespectful to Kobe, but Kobe is a poor man's Michael Jordan.
The ultimate competitor.
Yeah.
I had something I wanted to say. If I'm a Warriors fan, I am happy every time this guy shoots a 3-pointer. And that fluke bank shot was.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Well, it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
But every time he shoots a 3-pointer, I'll take that as a Warriors fan.
He has been terrible shooting 3-point.
Unless he has one of those games, which he could have the next couple of games, where he hits it pretty well from 3.
Yeah.
But for right now, when he shoots the 3, I'm okay with that as a Warriors fan.
I think you can.
Him and Anthony Davis, for that matter.
Well, AD doesn't really camp out there anymore.
No, as he shouldn't.
He
doesn't need to. You know who I'm going to give props to is D'Angelo Russell. He's playing really well, man.
Yeah.
He's playing really well. Way better than I ever thought he was going to play.
Him, speaking of letting guys shoot the 3-ball, is he and Reeves are probably the only guys that I would make sure I contest every time they get the ball in the perimeter. But yeah.
Achimura,
Achimura can shoot it a little bit too.
He can hit him.
That's true.
But not like those guys.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I think I don't know that I have the energy for 7 games in this series, but it just feels like it's going at least 6 in my mind.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Well, and depending on how this game goes, if you're a Warriors fan, do you want to go? Do you want to go 7 again and then have to play maybe the Nuggets off a 5-game series, maybe 6-game series?
Yeah. Nuggets look good.
Because as of right now, this series is going 6. You want this series, if the Warriors win, to go as long as it possibly can.
Let them get rusty.
Well, okay, yeah, because it's always that.
The only thing though is, to me, rest though is a little overrated because it might affect you for one game, but after one game, it's over. Right.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think rust is a thing, but also rest is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you want rest.
I think, especially the Warriors being not an old team, but older team,
And then
rest could be valuable.
then they're playing every other day, no matter what, from here on out. If they go 7 every other day, then
Yeah.
they'd have to probably play 2 days after that,
Right.
playing either
Right.
the Nuggets or the Suns. It's not a situation you want to be in, but hey, at least you'd be in the conference finals.
Yeah. Can't complain about the conference finals. Now the other series that are going on right now, we got Heat and Knicks are tied 1-1. Game 3 is tomorrow, I believe. Should be. For some reason, I thought it was going to be today, but I missed that.
For Knicks Heat,
Yeah.
this should be tomorrow.
Yeah. Celtics beat the Sixers in Game 3 today, take a 2-1 series lead. Game 1, Sixers without Embiid won a pretty tight game at the end.
Vintage James Harden.
Yeah, 45 piece. That was surprising. I think it made people wonder, like, are the Celtics going to let this one get away? But they've come back with 2 big wins. They blew out the Sixers in Game 2.
So if you're the Sixers, hey, we won the first game without Embiid. Do we play him?
Well, yeah, it was kind of funny. Like, it was talked about, and then they decided to play him in Game 2, even though he wasn't fully healthy, and they got their doors blown off.
Yeah.
And they lost again at home today. We are watching Game 3 still of the Nuggets and Suns. Nuggets up 2-0 like we talked about.
Yep.
I think, do you, I know you said Suns in 6, but you think Nuggets got this one in hand for the most part? Playing a tight game right now. I think it's in third quarter.
Yeah, I would say the Nuggets probably win the series, give them
Yeah.
a 2-0 lead. To be pretty bad if they lost this,
Yeah.
but the Suns win tonight, then
Yeah, it's
You never
and
know.
then,
You
they
never
win
know.
the next game. And they go back
exactly.
to Denver tied.
Exactly.
Home team wins every
Like
game.
we said, the Suns have to win tonight.
Yeah,
They have to win tonight.
They have to, absolutely.
And if you're a Warriors fan, who you want to play the Suns?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
If the Warriors win the series,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean,
Because the Suns, we've talked about, they don't have much of a bench, and I think the Nuggets are probably a better full.
they
full
got more like
team.
they got like an 8-man rotation. The Suns are like
The Suns
Four-man
the
rotation.
Suns have a sexier team.
yeah.
On paper.
The Suns have 4 guys, and they just like reluctantly put somebody else on the court.
Yeah.
For the rest of the rotation.
Contender rankings. You have on here.
Possibly last one, because we always last year. Oh, I shouldn't say we always, because it's only the second year we've done it. But last year, we ended after or right before the conference finals.
And we did that because we thought it would be.
Because if there's only 4 teams left, you just make your predictions from there,
Yeah.
which we'll do. I
Gotcha.
believe. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad it's the last one because mine's.
The thing is, if we get together around this time next week, we could maybe do another one. That's why I said last one ?
Well, we can play by ear.
Yeah, we'll play by ear. We'll see where the series are at. If like these series go short for some reason, maybe this will be the last one. But here we are. Go first. I want to see what you got.
Do you want to go? Yeah, I don't want you to see mine either. Get the fuck out of here. You want me to go?
One through whatever.
Number 1, Golden State Warriors. You are laughing at me. But okay, let me just ask you this: do you think the Warriors are going to beat the Lakers? Honestly,
I'm really at a coin flip right now.
you're lying.
I swear.
Okay.
I felt really good about what they did last night, for sure. But the Lakers are going to adjust back, and they're going to have to. It's going to be a series of constantly adjusting within games and whatnot.
So let me tell you this: when the Warriors win this series in probably 6, maybe 7, maybe not 5, like I guessed.
Yeah.
Do you really think that if the Nuggets win this series, that the Nuggets will beat the Golden State Warriors in the conference finals? Do you really believe that in your heart?
Well, I said, like, in my heart, I wouldn't say that. But I have said, I think, at least a couple times on the show, that the Nuggets, now that they're pretty much a full squad, they should be the favorites.
They should, but
You know what I'm saying, though?
yes, but I just
They have the team. They've been through it. They've lost some tough series in the playoffs. Now is fucking time. And look, they got the fucking lead now.
But you know what I'm thinking? How come I think Kevon Looney's gonna cook Jokic down low on the offensive boards? How come I think Steph Curry will cook Jamal Murray, and he will? You're telling me you think Michael Porter Jr. is gonna stop Klay Thompson? No.
Well, Mike Porter Jr.'s got some.
He's
got
good.
some young legs.
He's good. Or Aaron Gordon. You don't think the Warriors are going to expose
Aaron Gordon is almost a non-factor.
But he's good.
He's a good player, but
for what he does for the team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who's inside Andrew Wiggins? He's all of a sudden hitting 3-pointers at a very high rate.
I think
I'm just telling you.
I know you're pessimistic.
No, it's just the Warriors. You know what the Warriors are going to do? They're going to win it this year. And you know what they should do next year? Go fucking all in for the 3-peat and then call it. Call it.
Just trade Draymond for Katie.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
get the band halfway back together.
Number 2 for me is the Celtics.
Okay.
Number 3 is the Nuggets. 4 Sixers. 5 Lakers. 6 are the Suns. I'm only saying that because they are down 2-0. It's going to be a little tough for them to dig out of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7, I got the Heat. And I have no respect for the Knicks at all.
Even though you picked them to win the series against the Heat. That's fair.
Yeah.
Our lists are not too different. I actually have the Nuggets at number 1 right now, up from number 3. Like I just said, I think they should be the favorite. They are beating a pretty star-studded Suns team, pretty handily. Celtics, I moved down to number 1, and I may have switched this back if I had edited it.
Down to number 2.
Sorry, down to number 2. I may have switched them back to number 1 after watching tonight's game, but I did not do that. Because I kind of felt like that series was also at a coin flip before watching them play a pretty good game today. Got the Sixers at number 3. They're up from number 5. Also, probably should move them down. But timing didn't work out. Lakers up to number 4. Warriors number 5. I moved the Suns all the way down to 6. I think they kind of look like toast right now. They're struggling to win on their home court. Kind of got ran out the building on both games against in Denver. And then Heat, I got number 7. Because like you, I don't respect the Knicks. I just can't.
You can't see it.
I cannot see it.
You can't see it.
I can't really see the Heat, but I got to give them some love because they're going to make it to the conference finals if they beat the Knicks.
Playoff Jimmy.
Jimmy.
You gotta give playoff Jimmy some respect.
Yeah.
Can you see Jalen Brunson hoisting the trophy at all under any circumstance?
What trophy? Exactly.
Larry
yeah,
O'Brien.
No. Yeah, no.
No, you can't. That's the only thing. Sorry, Knicks fans. I don't know any Knicks fans, but sorry.
Not this year. I mean, with this roster, probably not any year.
Yeah.
You know, we're both not fans of Julius Randle.
No, not really.
Or Julius.
Undersized forward who thinks he can shoot a 3-point shot.
Shoots like 32% from deep.
It's
not really a recipe for championships.
No.
Last I checked.
The Nuggets, huh? You really think so?
I just...
the one thing I'll say, if the Warriors play the Nuggets, I think it would be a long series, as it should be. I know I was kind of joking on the group chat saying Warriors in 5 or whatever, but they'd have to they'd be on the road for possible 4 games. And the elevation, I know these guys are, they're professional athletes, and they got lungs like nobody else has. But playing that elevation has to matter.
It's not easy. There's no way it's easy.
It has to be something.
Yeah. And
the Warriors, I know they're playing better on the road in the playoffs, which does not surprise me.
Yeah.
But they have not been a very good road team all season.
Right. And this is not maybe a totally fair thing to bring up, but last year when the Warriors played the Nuggets in the playoffs, they didn't have Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray.
They don't want Jamal Adams.
Yeah. And I didn't feel like the Warriors just walked away with every game in that series. Like, it was, even though I think it was only 5 games, maybe 6, but I'm thinking 5 games. The Nuggets played hard. They played them tough. So I think if you put the whole thing together, it could be a tougher series for the Warriors.
It's going back to the Knicks thing. I just can't see it because I haven't seen it.
Well, I definitely see it more with Denver than the Knicks.
I just don't.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's not uncommon to say that I don't believe in something until I see it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's how I feel about. That's why I think I put the Warriors number 1 in mine because I know how this goes. I've seen this.
It may be different if like Denver kind of came out of the blue a little bit and dominated and won like 67 games instead of 57 or whatever, and we're a plus 10 point differential type team, but they're not that.
Does Denver deserve to go to the finals? Probably. But do the Warriors care about deserving? No.
No,
they don't.
You know what I think would be a fun finals would be Denver and Philly. You get Joel versus the Joker.
The NBA does not want that, I'll tell you that.
I think they would not mind it as much as you. I mean, obviously, Philly's a huge market. Denver's medium. But both of those guys are big faces in the NBA.
The NBA wants Warriors Celtics again.
They want Warriors Celtics or Lakers Celtics.
Or Lakers Heat, maybe.
Lakers Heat wouldn't be bad consolation either. I think they want, for sure, they want either the
Lakers.
They want pretty much anybody but the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Because they would take the Suns, like KD and Booker in the finals. But yeah, Lakers or Warriors would be ideal for the NBA. And then Celtics for sure. Celtics or Sixers, I think. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, we really churned this one out.
We're talking right now like we haven't talked in like a week.
This is pretty, yeah, exactly.
I have no problem with this.
This is a real episode, right?
This is a real episode right here. Drinking Negras. I love this.
Oh, yeah. What time is it?
It is... Feel it like you mean it.
That was easy.
It's time for last call. What are the Giants looking at right now?
Well, I've heard a lot of cheering. 5-4 Giants, middle 7. So we see if we can flip it on real quick.
I'm convinced your mom's just yelling to try to make it seem like she's on the podcast. So I'll go first on last call.
Yeah, do it. Hit us.
So are you aware of who Matt Mayoko is?
Yeah, he works for NBC Sports. Or no, for the Niners. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I think he's like a Niners... he's probably not a beat writer, but he works for the Niners. And he was on Murph and Mac, and he was talking about Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Miyoko said Sam Darnold might be the best thrower of the football that the Niners have ever had.
Yeah, I think I did see
and
that.
I want... I thought that you'd already had heard this, and I just want to just what do you think? What do you think about that? That to me was juicy. That was juicy. I never saw Joe Montana play. I never saw Steve Young play that I remember. So I don't really know how good of a thrower of football that they were, but they're both in the Hall of Fame and both won MVPs, both won Super Bowl/Super Bowls.
Yep.
And I know that doesn't mean you have to throw a pretty ball.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold's sub 500 quarterback in his career. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, this man hasn't even played a regular season down for the Niners yet, and you're already
not even a preseason down for the Niners.
Yes. So I just want to know your thoughts.
I am not taking the bait. That's what I'm going to say.
I wouldn't either.
I think that sounds fucking ridiculous. Yeah. I'm not buying it, Matt. But nice try. Thanks for buttering the boy up. You're gonna make the downfall look even sweeter.
And I hope it was a downfall. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I think the only thing I really got is that PSG, not great news, but Messi decided to skip out on a practice recently.
Did you see that he apologized for it?
He did apologize,
for what it's worth, he apologized.
But between that apology and him doing that, there was an announcement coming out that he is not going to return to PSG this summer or for next season. So, peace. That's all I'm going to say. That's not the end of the episode yet. We're almost there.
You know what I gotta say? We saw that motherfucker live.
It makes me so much happier that we went and made it happen this year.
Yes. It still amazes me that actually happened.
Right.
Like whenever I see Messi's face now, like on Bleacher Report or any kind of Instagram account, I'm like, dude, I saw him with my own eyes.
That's my boy.
I saw him with my own eyes.
Yes.
Live.
He's got to be the most iconic athlete I've ever watched play his sport. What about you? I mean,
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds would be in that conversation.
Yeah,
but he's also like got the asterisk next to him.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Messi.
I mean, worldwide for sure, it's Messi.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I saw Steph Curry play a Warriors game like 10 years ago.
Yeah, Steph Curry would be up there.
Steph Curry's
and KD, yeah.
Worldwide. I never saw KD play, but yeah. I mean, I saw You'll laugh, but I saw Brett Favre play pretty. I mean, he's not.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
saw
cool.
Brett Favre.
That's actually really cool.
I saw him at the Candlestick.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Sorry, I said the Candlestick.
The
I saw him at
this
Candlestick. So that's all I really have when it
I'm
comes
trying to think of like big time football players that I've seen play. I mean, most of them are relatively recent. You know,
Yeah.
Patrick Willis,
P. Willie.
P. Willie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
And I mean, Mbappe's probably going to be a legend when it's all said and done.
Kyle Larson when we saw him 2 years ago.
Nice. Talking NASCAR.
No, but it's messy.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but I put Steph up there too because Steph is a worldwide
He is,
known athlete. He is.
Yeah, especially like, what the Warriors have become as far as a nationally known organization.
Not everyone can be like Dylan and see Game 7 of 2016 when it's just like, yeah, that's LeBron James.
So yeah, I got LeBron, Kyrie, Steph,
Clay,
Clay,
you see like
Draymond all on the same court.
6 Hall of Famers on one court,
Yeah, Kevin Love.
and then a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, David Blatt. Or no, Ty Lue. David Blatt was gone.
Yeah, way gone. But yeah, it's messy. I don't know if it'll ever.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to top that.
Because who would top that right now? Like if you saw Mahomes play.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not global yet.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you think that, the rest of the world thinks of American football.
I'd have to say, I mean, LeBron. If I saw LeBron,
Yeah, LeBron would be up there.
But it's messy. The dude just won. Like I remember we were there watching the game. I was thinking to myself, this dude just won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago,
Right.
or like a month ago.
I think that makes it even cooler. Like, he got what he needed for his career, just a few months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Every time I see Messi, I'm just like, dude, we were in the same arena together. And you couldn't score a fucking goal for us.
I know. That is. I mean, I know we got like the semi taste of it, but
I know,
man, an actual goal would have been real.
It's all right
real
though.
sick.
It's all right. That's the risk you take when you see sporting events. So.
Especially a sporting event like soccer.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad we got this in the books.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try to get an episode going next week. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
try.
Yeah, maybe Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to do it on Monday.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But maybe I'll post some stuff on ISR Instagram with the game tomorrow.
Please. I'd love to see it. I'm not going to be there, so I'd love to see
I'll
it.
crop your face into the pictures with us.
Just bring like a fat head in my face.
That'll be sick. We need to get those.
Here he is.
Yep. Don't forget, Rowdy Tellez, All-Star Campaign. Let's go.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you next time. Peace.